How about Garrett Wilson in that touchdown catch? I gotta say it's probably one of the best in Jets history. I've seen a lot of Jets football. Not necessarily a lot of Jets football touchdowns, but this was unbelievable. I mean, do you think this was a better catch at MetLife Stadium than Odell Beckham Jr.? There we go. You have the split screen right there.
I would say
I was in attendance for both of these.
Oh,
so I was
okay.
writing for I was writing for I was in college, like, and so in 2014, before I started covering the Jets, I was freelancing for SB Nation and Big Blue Interactive, just trying to get my feet wet in the industry and get a byline. And that was one of the games that I was covering, Odell's rookie year. And I can tell you that from having covered, I don't even know how many football games since 2014 in person, that Odell Beckham Jr. catch is the only catch that has ever taken place where anyone who, like, I guess fans don't realize this, the press box is quiet. Like, you are not supposed to make noise in the press box. It is a quote-unquote working environment. There's no cheering. There's no clapping. There's, like, you'll talk to the person next to you, but that's it. When that catch happened with Odell Beckham Jr., that is the only time I've ever heard a press box almost at the same time in unison say some variation of, holy crap, oh my God, holy S-H-I-T, like just an audible, like, oh my God, what happened? What Garrett Wilson's catch was absolutely remarkable. It was tremendous. But the Odell Beckham Jr. one is on just a complete other level. For one, it was 3 fingers that caught the ball. It was reaching about 5 yards out of bounds, it felt like, to make the catch. It was being interfered with, and it was also doing all with one hand. It was a true one-handed grab because he made it and then pulled it in all with one hand. Again, the Garrett catch is still a 10 out of 10. It was an unbelievable one, but he wasn't interfered with. He brought it with one hand to the second hand and then to his body. The shin was great, like all that stuff, but he wasn't interfered with. It was the Beckham catch is still, like, all the way up there, and Garrett admitted this too, by the way. Like, Garrett, I'm not like trashing Garrett. He straight up said, no, the Odell Beckham Jr. catch, just to be in that conversation, is an accomplishment. But it is still Odell 1 and then Garrett Wilson 2. But it was the second most ridiculous catch I've ever seen in person. It's going to be the catch of the year, but it's not the Odell one.
Zach?
I would say if you're talking pure, like, the catch, the Odell Beckham one is more impressive. But if you're talking, like, impact and what happened, I think Garrett's, like, the Jets win that game because of Garrett Wilson. The Giants lost the game that Odell made that catch. So I think it just depends on the way you're asking the question. But yeah, ultimately, like, Devontae Adams joked that he might have to go to Air Jordan as a sponsor because he looked like Michael Jordan up there, literally, the way his legs are spread, the way his arms.
100%. That's a jump man 23 right there.
Yeah, like, it was remarkable. And, it's a kind of play that there's maybe 5 or fewer receivers that are capable of making in the NFL. Like, it's legit, and it should not be overlooked. Like this, I thought this was a coming out party for Garrett Wilson. He's been amazing lately. Like, he's playing his best football of his career right now. But this was the game that I think we all knew he was capable of, and we were waiting for it, where he swung the game. Like, he won this game for them with both of those touchdown catches. They had to be aware of where he was on the field. I think it opened. Devontae Adams being there has definitely helped him. But I think on the flip side, I think him having this game helped Devontae yesterday, where the Texans had to go one-on-one with Devontae, and that's why he was able to get behind some cornerbacks and make a couple of big plays. So I just think more than anything, this catch just represents, like, what Garrett is capable of, and that's being one of, if not the best wide receivers in the NFL.
And what we forget,
Garrett's wanted Rodgers to throw those balls before. He's begged for Rodgers, hey, just throw it up there.
And they haven't done that. And that's what I tweeted this during the game, and I had a handful of Jet fans, which is, I love Jet fans. I do. Like, you guys are why this show is taking off. Oh, well, not a fraction, but they're like, you idiot! Why? Because I tweeted during the game, I was like, the Jets.
That was me yelling, you idiot. Sorry.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you weren't the only one. Like, they were like I tweeted out during the game, I was like, the Jets need to throw it up to Garrett Wilson. They need to take more deep shots to him. Let him go make a play on the ball. Like, I don't think he's one of the best 50-50 ball guys in the entire NFL, but he's still an elite level 50-50 guy. So go give him chances to make plays. So much of what we've seen throughout this year has been like the slants to Garrett Wilson, the ins to Garrett Wilson, the outs to Garrett Wilson. Like, there really hasn't been the Joe Burrow quote, F it, chases down there somewhere, just boom, throw it out there. We haven't seen that to Garrett Wilson. Seen a little bit to Mike Williams, but not Garrett, and I don't necessarily know why. So I tweeted, I was like, we need to see more of that. This play happens. Everyone's like, you idiot. I was like, they just justified what I've been screaming about. Like, do this more. And I hope that this was a reminder. Maybe Aaron needed to see it to believe it. That, like, sometimes, as long as it's a one-on-one opportunity, trust Garrett to go make the play. I know he's not 6'5". I know he's not, like, the most physically imposing receiver in the NFL. And he probably is, if you weighed out his traits, better with the ball in his hands after the catch than he is in those opportunities. But he's still really damn good in those opportunities. So if you see him one-on-one because they're shading a safety somewhere else, or they're just not in cover two, they're blitzing like the Texans were a handful of times last night. We're trying to get the pressure and orchestrate, manufacture that rush. Go take the chance. Throw it up there. Let Garrett do something spectacular. We saw it in the opener against Buffalo where he made the play on the goal line fade. Now we see it here again. Like, give him the chance to make those plays, and I do like the opportunity for Garrett to make it happen.